Hey everybody, welcome to the Rational Review. Today I'm going to be looking at dating coaches. Let's go.
Here's one of my best dating tips for you with somebody you've just started dating. I want you to start telling people that you're dating no. See how people react when you start to scratch the surface. If you set a boundary, are they going to push back and not respect it? Or are they going to be kind, compassionate, and understanding and work with you on it? Instead of keeping sweet and pretending like everything's fine and just not saying anything to rock the boat, start to scratch the surface so that you can see people for who they really are earlier on instead of getting 6 months down the road just to find out that this person is an emotionally unavailable child. Here's one of my best dating tips for you with somebody you've just started dating. I want you to start telling people that you're
Wow, that's crazy. So she's telling everybody, or women, I guess, to just be honest. Be your authentic self when you go out. Don't lie to people. Be honest. Be upfront. Be who you are. That's crazy.
Women who attract a long-term committed relationship do one thing different.
Here's one of my best dating tips for you with somebody.
Women who attract a long-term committed relationship do one thing different than women who attract men who will never commit. This is controversial, but it's true. My name is Valerie Adams. I'm a dating coach, here to teach you the secrets to attracting your soulmate. If you're into that, give me a follow. The big mistake women make who attract men who just want to hook up and waste their time is that they entertain any scrap of attention he gives her. They set the bar so low, accepting last-minute dates, giving in to hooking up early on, thinking it will make him like her, but it backfires and he ends up fading away or ghosting her. This is the mindset of the woman who wants to be chosen, who constantly finds herself in the never-ending cycle of attracting guys she's excited about on the surface, only to end up getting disappointed. The woman who ends up attracting a man who commits to her is a chooser. This woman is a queen. She's not putting all her eggs in one basket. She's calling in her soulmate, and she's not willing to take herself off the market for a question mark. She's open to having multiple men pursue her, and she chooses the man who comes out on top. She isn't willing to settle for anything less than a life partner who can navigate life's biggest challenges with her. She has a full life. She views herself as whole. She's not dating to have a man complete her. She's dating to have a man add on to her already full life. And the biggest thing of all, she's not trying to move things forward or make it happen. She's completely detached in her feminine, and she trusts that if this is the man for her, he'll move things forward. This is the mindset of a chooser. Women who attract a
Wow. Okay, so saying she's a chooser basically sounds more like she's a kind of a 304 dating, willing to date a whole bunch of people at the same time. Come on. And then you're going to do nothing and let it come to you by being feminine? No, being feminine was always women being nice and flirty and, or at least, with people they liked. They did their part. I don't know. Just sounds a little crazy what she's talking about here. It's like, wow, I don't know about any of y'all, but I'm not okay with a woman dating a whole bunch of guys. If she's dating, okay, whatever. But no, I don't know. That's just kind of crazy. Unless you specifically say, let's just keep dating and we'll see other people. That's one thing. But no, if you're truly thinking about dating someone, it's like, no. After you have, to be honest, after you have sex, it's like, that's kind of usually when the deal is sealed. If y'all are looking for a relationship. And, that's usually when you decide and say, oh, yeah, you're my boyfriend, my girlfriend, whatever, stuff like that. So, yeah, if I'm having sex with you and you're just going to not tell me and still date other guys, it kind of puts me at risk, too. So, I don't know. It's a little crazy.
This is one major thing I stopped doing when I was single, and I met my soulmate just 9 months later as a result. I'm Valerie Adams. I'm a love and mindset coach here to teach you the secrets to attracting the relationship of your dreams. If you're into that, give me a follow. When I was deeply struggling to attract love into my life, and it felt like everyone around me had it figured out, and I had such a hard time with dating, with meeting people, with actually connecting beyond a first date, I remember there was something I was doing that I wasn't conscious of, but it was actually creating a wedge between me and my soulmate coming into my life. This was feeling sorry for myself. So when I was at the depths of my struggle, I viewed myself as poor me. Oh, something's wrong.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Feeling sorry for yourself. Yeah, that doesn't work on anybody. You're trying to date and stuff, and all you're doing is feeling sorry for yourself. No, you're supposed to be seeing if you like me and if you have feelings for me, not wallowing in other feelings. Come on.
Wrong with me. Oh, it's not happening for me yet. It's happening for everyone else, but just I'm missing something. And not only did I feel that way about myself, but I would also end up projecting that out onto people I met, onto friends, onto people I went on a date with, because I saw myself essentially as a victim and as, oh, there's something wrong with me, so therefore I can't have what I want. And it massively lowered my self esteem. And on a subconscious level, there were benefits to this because short term, I got to have people feel sorry for me. I got to have people gas me up and go, oh, but you're so amazing. Oh my gosh, like you're going to meet someone. And I would get this encouragement and it felt good in that moment, but it doesn't help you get closer to what you want when you have everyone feeling bad for you, including yourself. Things massively changed in my life when I decided to go all in on myself, do the inner work, invest in working with coaches and doing programs and joining trainings that really helped me not only just change the way I viewed myself, but change my core beliefs, change what I believed I could have, what I believed I was worthy of, change how I was looking at men and relationships and love. And when I did that, 9 months later, my partner, Ryan, walked into my life and we've been together for over 5 years. The biggest lesson is that if you see yourself as broken, other people will see you that way because that's what you're going to project onto every person you interact with.
That's so true. Uh, I don't know about the whole coaching and going through programs and stuff. It depends on what kind of stuff they're teaching you. If they're actually teaching you to take accountability for yourself and for your choices and stuff like that, that's one thing. But, if they just sitting there telling you, oh, you deserve better, you're an amazing person, all this stuff, it's like, okay, yeah, you should be telling me this stuff because you're a dating coach. You want to make me feel good and make me, have higher hopes dating or whatever. But you can't do too much. You can't lie, and you got to make sure that, you're being accountable for what you did. If you started a fight with your other person, every single day, come on, whose fault is that? It's yours.
With. But when you see yourself as empowered, as the full package, as a woman who is worthy of everything she wants, you're going to project that out and people are going to be drawn to that and your person will come into your life faster than you can ever imagine. This is one.
So then what happens when you get to the point where you don't get everything you believe you're worth? Because that's when she was talking earlier, it's like, that's one of the things women, I've seen more do than men, but men do it too. But you have like weird expectations. Like you think you deserve a supermodel. You think you can be a fat slob. And, yeah, and you're like, oh no, I'm worth, this, you set your expectations too high. You don't expect enough of yourself. You don't work and do the stuff that you're supposed to do. Relationships are a team. You got to work together. Regardless of what you believe in. Was it red pill, white pill, blue pill? I don't know. Where it's like, I know one believes equality, and then one believes in the man is always supposed to lead, stuff like that. And it's like, however you want to look at it. You know, it is what it is, no matter how you look at it. Just learn to deal with it in your own way.
That every man wants. The kind of woman that every man wants to be with is a woman who shows her man that she's easy to be with. She is a woman who understands how hard it is for her man to be out there in the world every day to prove his worth not only to himself but also to other men. She's a woman who won't bombard him with all kinds of problems as soon as he walks through the door at night. No, she will actually help him unwind. And if you are a woman, it's possible that right now you're thinking, yeah, but Esther, I'm also working.
If you're in an equal relationship, you're going to be doing that for each other. You know, even if you're not in an equal relationship, you should still be doing that for each other. Even if you believe there's a leader, both of you should be checking in on each other and seeing how each other's doing. Just do a simple check and, hey, how are you doing? And then also be honest about it. Don't be upset and be like, oh, nothing's wrong.
Every day and I'm having a hard time. But the truth is that women have a big support system around them. They have their parents, their colleagues, their girlfriends to talk to. But society nowadays still doesn't allow men to open up about their problems or about weaknesses they might feel. So if you're in a relationship, your man literally feels that he only has you to be himself with, to unwind after a hard day at work. And although we women want to.
That is one of the things I've always looked for most in a partner. Someone that I can be my authentic, goofy self with. Someone that I don't have to pretend, for anything around them. That's what I always look for. That there is, more important than, almost anything else. There's limits, it's like, no, you can be, a little obese, but, you can't be huge because it's like, no, that's not healthy. And, I'm sorry, how did you get that big without thinking, okay, I need to do something about this?
Believe that the most important thing a man is looking for is a woman who's beautiful, or a woman who has a nurturing side to her that makes her want to take care of him. The reality is that what a man is actually looking for in a woman is a woman who can give him the feeling of being at peace. Because listen to this, only when a woman gives her man peace of mind, he will feel better about himself when he's with her, and that will make him want to choose her. The kind of woman that every man wants to be with is a woman who shows her man that she's easy to be with. She is a woman who understands how hard it is for her man to be out there in the world every day to prove his worth not only to himself but also to other men.
This lady's kind of cool. I like her. I like her. She's got a good, attitude, and she looks like she's still, a strong woman that's, assertive when she needs to be assertive and stuff. But it's like, hey, I love this man. I want this man to be happy. So I'm going to do what I need to do to make him happy. And, and I know a lot of guys that try to do that too. I don't know about now in the dating market or, if you're catching those people that just want to have sex, then it's a different story. But yeah. Is this her again?
Giving him yours. Stop texting him with random. If you want your man to give you attention, the first thing you should do is stop giving him yours. Stop texting him with random questions like how he's doing. Because you don't really care how he's doing. You're just trying to remind him that you exist. The more attention you give to a man with text messages and sending pictures of yourself, the more you give the message to him that you are crazy about him. And believe it or not, this actually makes him passive. Because every man deep down inside is a hunter. And he doesn't...
Whoa, I can't agree with that. No. Don't play this fucking hard to get stuff. Don't play like you don't care. It's like, no, if you care, yeah, text me, send me pictures, but understand I'm busy. If I see your text message or I open it up to look at it really quick, yeah, I might not answer it right then because I'm busy. No, I don't have time because if I text you back, I'm going to want to make sure I have enough time to respond properly. And you might think, oh, quick text. But you know what? There's some people that, no, we're not like that. We need to look at it. We need to sit in it by ourselves for, 5-10 seconds, and then we need to think about a response, and then we type it out. I'm faster at other things than other people, but that's one of the things I'm slower at than other people. And also, it's about changing your mindset too. If it's not an emergency, my mind is focused on what I'm doing right now. It's focused on my work. I'm glad you reached out. I'm glad you're thinking about me. You can see that I looked, and I'm always going to look to make sure it's not an emergency. Because if it's an emergency, then I have to stop what I'm doing and do something about it. But as long as you're good, and you're just telling me you miss me or send me some cute pics or something, why would I care? Why would I be less passive? Actually, those pics would get me all, horny at work and stuff. Thinking about you and be like, oh, I can't wait to get home to her. So this honestly is off on this one. Kind of crazy. I like that. I liked her last one. I don't know. It's the same lady, right?
Like the feeling of safety with a woman. You like to feel safe. A man likes the adventure. He likes the mystery. He likes not knowing what a woman is up to. It's the not.
No, not true. This is how women used to be taught to try to get a man. And, it's because you were allowed to, because there were certain customs set up. So that way we had to do these things. I mean, come on, we all had, what, dance halls and, all this other stuff set back then where you had to meet people in person. And also the cultural pressure for everybody back then was like, no, you need to get married. Oh, no, we're going to introduce you to so-and-so. So you either take what you get or you go out and find what you want. There was no, oh, I'm not going to have a woman. I don't want to get married. That was not how it was.
Knowing of her whereabouts, of what she's doing, that will actually intrigue him and make him proactive to go after her. But if you text him in the morning with, hey, have a beautiful day, and in the evening with, hey, how was your day? Then there's absolutely nothing for him to be curious about. So if you want...
Of course, there is nothing wrong with that. There is nothing wrong with that. One text in the morning, one text at night. There's nothing wrong with that either. It's like, you might be busy too. Or you might know that I'm busy, so you're focusing on other stuff and thinking about other stuff and doing your thing.
Want him to focus more on you, then pull your energy away from him. And all this attention that you've given him, give it to yourself. And because men are like sharks, once you start to invest all that attention and energy in yourself, he will sense it. And that's exactly the moment.
No, we sense the anger vibrations coming out of you. It's like a giant heat wave coming off your body, like you're ticked off at us. You're like, I'm taking care of myself. Arr! And you're like almost growling at us while you're taking care of yourself. Like, okay, what did I do then? And that's why we start showing attention, because we're curious what we did wrong, what we did to upset you, because we don't want you to be upset.
He will start to come running after you. If you want your man to give you attention,
you want to know if that man is going to cheat on you, just ask him. I had a woman that reached out to me in my DMs, and I've gotten this question a lot as a relationship coach. And she said, I want to know, like, if he would cheat on me, like, what's a sign, like, what's something that I can look for so I'll know if he's a man that would cheat. If you ask your man if he would ever cheat on you, and his answer sounds like this: I would never cheat on you because you give me everything that I could possibly want in this relationship, and I've never met another woman like you. A woman who doesn't know any better is going to hear that and go, oh my God, that was so sweet. That's a man that's going to cheat on you. You want a man that bases his loyalty off of a commitment that he has made to himself. You want a man that's going to answer that question and say, I would never cheat on you because it would go against everything that I stand for as a person and as a man. That is not the person that I would want.
Oh yeah, let me let her finish.
To be. It would bring me great shame. That's the kind of man that you want to marry, because
okay, I don't know about the great shame part. I don't know. Society doesn't really shame us for this, but it's like personal principles, integrity. It's like, I'm a man of my word. When I'm in a relationship, if you ask me if, I'm going to be monogamous, I will say yes. And so I'm giving you my word that I'm not going to go have sex with another woman. But, because, well, or I should say, if it doesn't come from a healthy spot, like I've also responded with, don't even worry about it, because if I was going to cheat on you, you'd never know about it. You'd never know about it. But no, I'm never going to cheat on you. And so it's like, no, you want me to be honest? Fine, I'll be honest too. I'll be overly honest. It's like, no, if I wanted to cheat on you, I would. I'm in control of myself and what goes on in my life. So if I say I'm going to cheat on you, I'm going to go cheat on you. I could tell you I'm going to cheat on you. You're never going to find out about it. And I'm not going to be faithful. And I could have, other women for years. And you'd still never find out about it because I'd plan ahead and make sure. But because I tell you, yeah, I'm monogamous, so maybe y'all should try to find a man with integrity.
That's the kind of man that's going to understand that at the end of the day, his decisions in life have nothing to do with you or how you make him feel. It has everything to do with who he is as a person and how he wants to show up in the world. That's a man who is letting his values drive his decisions in life, not how he feels. You want to know if that man is going to cheat on you? Just ask him. I had a woman that reached out to me in my DMs, and I've gotten this question a lot as a relationship coach. And she said, I want to know.
If you're a woman dating men, I want you to watch this video. Hello, my name is Benjamin. I'm the flirt coach and a gay Libra. All right, you're going to see a lot of dating content come across your feed that looks like this. Don't ask questions. Don't offer compliments. Let him decide everything. Let him plan. Let him initiate. Let him reach out. Let him text. Don't have wants. Don't have desires. Be in your feminine. And I'm going to be very honest with you. In the dating process, that approach can work. This is not my style or approach when it comes to dating. It's far too passive for me, and this is the problem. You're dating because you wanted a relationship? Great. Now you've got the relationship. And now all of a sudden you have wants and desires. You're asking questions. You want to make decisions. And the man is like, what? Hold up. What is this bait and switch going on? Now I feel controlled. Who is this new woman showing up? This is not the person.
Oh my, this feels like it happens in like everybody's relationship, that nobody shows up their authentic self. It's crazy. I don't know. Have I ever done? I don't know. I haven't been in very many relationships. I've been in very few relationships, but long term.
And I dated. He stands to build resentment towards you, pull away, become classically avoidant, and even look outside the relationship, cheating or ghosting. Because now you want too much. So a lot of this classic dating advice that's rooted in masculine-feminine dynamics, he chases, he pursues, and you let him choose you. Fuck that. That is not what you're getting from the flirt coach. You are the chooser. You bring your whole self to the dating process. I'm not saying put out every flaw right there on the table for the first date, but be you. Have wants. Have desires.
That's right.
Ask questions. Initiate a text a time or two. It's okay. You are not going to fuck up or drive away a man who is truly secure in his masculinity by initiating a conversation. And
that's true, but also at the same time, when you bring these things up, you can't be like, this is what I want, this is what's going to happen, because you have to give them to me. You can't be hella demanding and shit. Be like, no, these are my wants and desires, and stuff like that. And just like everybody else in the world, when you're in a relationship, just like when you're by yourself, it's like, okay, what do I want? Can I get it? Can I work towards it? Whatever. And you can make a decision. But in a relationship, it's a decision that has to be made together. And you both can try, to do so. Oh, maybe someone wants to own a yacht. Okay, let's try to get there. But you know what? You might never get there. So you have to still be happy that you tried. But you also have to accept reality.
And if he does pull away, better you see that in the dating process than when you enter into a relationship with this man. Because let's also be real, a lot of men just perform masculinity. They couldn't spell masculine if they tried. So when you're scrolling social media for dating advice, I want you to take it all, even mine, with a grain of salt and ask yourself, what do I think about this? And does...
Well, I should not say it's so true. It's true in a sense. Because as men, we see other men and we know that, there's vulnerable sides to other men. There's, emotional parts to other men. But we're not allowed to, we're not supposed to be showing that to women, because then we're not a man. It's part of being a man. It's like, is not showing that shit. So it's kind of a conundrum. It's like, we can't be sharing this stuff when we're supposed to be keeping it away from you. There can be some things you talk to them about, obviously, but there's some things, that you don't talk about with each other. I'm sure on the women's side too, there's certain things that you talk about with your girlfriends or whatever that's like, you talk to them about it because of your girlfriend. You can't talk to your man about that because it's different. Just like talking to family members is different than talking to your spouse and different talking to your kids or somebody else, yeah.
Does this apply to me? I hope this was helpful. I truly do want the best for you now. I gotta go clock back in. If you're a woman dating men, I want...
Thank you, man. Benjamin Commerce. That's, so far, that's the best I've heard.
Is that what you want to hear? Is that the advice? If the guy you're dating doesn't text you every day, drop him. Is that what you want to hear?
What? Oh, okay. She's joking. I thought she was literally saying that.
Is that the advice that you think would be beneficial for your dating life? And I know thousands of you are going to say yes, and you're going to protest to the end of the fucking moon that you need your daily texting. But here is that perspective shift. If you've been doing the same thing every single time, expecting a different result, you are the definition of insanity. And you know how many people you are closing off that operate differently, that might just be a little slower, that want to get to know you more authentically. How many incredible, amazing people that are more long-term you are shutting off simply because you...
Wow. Yeah, so far I'm agreeing with everything she's saying. Because, different people from different times, just like when really young people talk about older people, how it's like, oh, they're so detached. They don't, what do you mean you don't, communicate on Instagram for dating? I'm like, what? They're like, what do you do? I'm like, I asked for a phone number. It's like, what? You tell me I got to ask for Instagram? No, come on.
Your anxiety wants to be reaffirmed every single time. In the fucking second you don't get a text, instead of just sitting into some discomfort and being an adult, you have to get an answer or you go on to the next person. So before you jump ship on somebody that's not reaffirming you, learn how to reassure yourself in the early stages of dating and stop leaving it to other people to dictate you.
Sorry, but yeah, a lot of people want others to reaffirm their bad behavior too.
Your mood when that is your responsibility to. And let it fucking grow.
Sorry,
If the guy you're dating on somebody that's not reaffirming you, learn how to reassure yourself in the early stages of dating and stop leaving it to other people to dictate your mood when that is your responsibility to. And let it fucking grow. If the guy you're dating doesn't text you every day, drop him.
It is your responsibility for your mood and your own happiness. Yes, definitely. Well, everybody, that's it for today. So, thanks for coming. Catch y'all next time.